All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Back this camera up a little bit, man. All right, there we go. Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Hope everybody's having a great, it's still Tuesday, so great Tuesday night, man. It'll be Tuesday for about 5 more minutes on my end. But hope everybody's had a great Tuesday. Gonna have a great Wednesday. I'm gonna put that in the atmosphere for you. All right, everybody gonna have a great Wednesday. All right, so let's get into it, man. The Portland Trail Blazers versus the Houston Rockets. That was, to me, the biggest game today. Just because you got two teams that's kind of similar in their, scrappy nature and the way they play. You look at Dame Lillard, C.J. McCullough, James Harden, Russ. And I kind of see some similarities in the team. So let's talk about it, man. Let's get right into it. So the Rockets, we're gonna run it down here. James Harden had 23 points. Russ had 15. House had 17. Green had 22. Those are your major scores in this game. The one thing that kind of stood out to me is I don't feel like Russ was as aggressive as he normally is. Like, I feel like he kind of, he wasn't like just going into the paint. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't forcing the action in the paint like sometimes he does, and he's really effective at that. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with the presence of what's the guy's name? Nurkic. I think it's Joseph Nurkic. I think that's his name. That's how you say it. I get these guys mixed up sometimes, but I don't know if that had to do more with his presence, his size, but a lot of times he could care less about that. He's going to continue to force the action. Also, you see that they kind of play into, they kind of try to use their height advantage, which is a great strategy for any team that's playing against Houston. Try to use your height advantage. And I feel like they kind of played to that a lot. Nurkic got some pretty easy shots in there. Then you seen Whiteside come off the bench. He had 9 points off the bench. So they tried their best to use their size against the Rockets. And I feel like the Rockets, it's just what it is, man. They play small ball and it's effective and it works for them. I don't know no other team that probably can get away with it the way the Rockets do, but the Rockets. Tonight, I felt like the Portland Trail Blazers was really, really effective. And a lot of time, for me, is the rebounds. It's the rebounds, those offensive rebounds, are what I think hurt the Rockets. Because they get the stops, but then when they're going up for rebounds, they're like easy because ain't nobody on the Rockets that's just going to out-jump nerds just off of pure size, not athleticism. So I felt like that kind of showed, that height thing kind of showed up tonight. For the Rockets. I would say Harden, down the stretch, he's Harden, so you never question a shot he take. But down the stretch, he had some shots that just wouldn't go in, and you kind of was expecting them. You were like, oh, this gonna drop. No, it didn't. It kind of clanked. So, but give it to the Rockets, man. They were down double digits in this game and came back every time. Like, they do not stop coming, man. They are a team that they know they strengthen it. Like I said, they play to their strengths, and you got to give them props for that, man. So hats off to the Rockets, even though they came up short tonight, to the Portland Trail Blazers, who going to get into right now. So the Portland Trail Blazers, Lillard had 20, Nurkic had 21, Anthony had 15, McCollum had 20. We all know who Dame Lillard is and what he brings to a team. You can never count out a Portland Trail Blazer team with a little time on the clock because of Dame Lillard. And Dame Lillard is one of the most clutch players that we've ever seen in the NBA. And I'm saying all that to say, down the stretch tonight, even though Dame did his thing, we got to give some props to Carmelo, man. Carmelo has been doing his thing in this bubble, and he made a key three right at the end of that game there to really pretty much put this thing away. First of all, when it comes to Carmelo Anthony, you go, that's just a feel-good story, man. This is a guy that was written off by many teams, including the Houston Rockets. That was written off, said he didn't fit. You know, people were wondering why he's not in the NBA. For him to come back in the NBA, he's averaging 15 points a game. And not only is it's not like he's back in the league doing okay. He's back in the league getting buckets. He's back in the league making key shots. He's on the floor when the game counts. So for overall for Carmelo Anthony, man, I'm just happy for the guy. I know he's happy. And I don't think this is it. I really don't think this is it for Carmelo. I really don't think this is it, because I think teams for some reason, because when he bounced a little bit, team kind of wrote him off and didn't really think that he still had it. But now they know he still have it, so there's not any excuse. And I definitely think if Portland don't re-sign him, he'll be somewhere. But let me tell you something. When this season started, one of the teams that I had a close eye on was the Portland Trailblazers. The reason why, because you know, the NBA this year don't have the juggernauts, right? Like, you got Kawhi and Paul and with the Clippers. You got AD and LeBron in LA. You got Giannis and Middleton. You got who else? Harden and Bruh. So it's like the year of the duos, right? So the first duo, for some reason, the first duo I thought about, this gonna be pretty good for Lillard and McCollum. Like, this fits into what they do. This may be the year that they actually get over that hump, because it's not like, you know, of course they're gonna struggle against, everybody struggles against the Warriors. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you can really do about it. You know, that was just a super team that it wasn't really much you could do about that. But except they go down with some injuries and you take advantage of it. Like, okay. So, but coming into this year, I thought that this was going to be the year. Now, they had some injuries and and then, you know, some people said the coaching wasn't that good. I'm not going to act like I followed them that hard to pay attention to the coaching. But overall, I thought this was a scenario where a team like Portland would really take off, and that didn't happen. But it seemed to starting to get some traction now. But I want to end this video by saying this game, man, is why you love the game of basketball. Neither team would stop coming. Like, they just kept coming after each other. One go up, the other coming right back. Another one go up, they come right back. It just became this back and forth thing down for a while, until eventually Portland pulled away. But at the end of the day, man, we got to give kudos to both teams, man, to being relentless, to being determined, and not stopping and fighting till that last whistle. With that being said, guys, that's my take. Portland get the dub over the Houston Rockets, but no shame in how the Rockets went out. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, you guys be good.